Hello, friends. It's great to be with you again here for week 3 of the Summer of Trust series. This week, we are focused on human connection in a digital world. And I know two things to be true. One is just because we're connected digitally does not mean we are connected relationally. So we have to be intentional about making human connection. The second is the further you move up in an organization, the harder it is to stay connected with the individuals below you on the org chart. So I want to share with you 4 steps or 4 strategies we can take to build human connection. And I'm using the acronym REAL, REAL, as in get real with your folks to build human connection. So here's the first strategy, and I'm going old school with the handwritten cards here. Reveal information about yourself. Leaders often withhold information because they feel like they have to keep this distance with people, right? We got to keep it professional. We can't be friends with those we work with. And research shows that people actually crave and desire authentic relationships with their leaders. They want to know the person behind the title, uh, behind the corner office, whatever that barrier is that separates you from others. They want to know you as a real person. So sharing information about yourself appropriately, not airing all your dirty laundry, but sharing appropriately about yourself, your background, your history, your career experiences, your hopes, your dreams, your fears, what you know about the future and where the organization is headed, where what you don't know. Those are all important to creating a real, authentic connection with people. So, R stands for reveal. The next strategy, the E in the REAL acronym, is engage employees as individuals and not just as workers showing up to do a job. Every person, all of us as human beings, we have a desire to be seen, to be known, to be heard, to be valued. And when you, as a leader, take time to get to know people on an individual, personal level, it creates an immense amount of trust and loyalty and connection. And it's really one of the easiest things we can do as a leader is to build rapport with someone. How do we do that? We ask them, we ask questions. What do you enjoy doing when you're not at work? Tell me about your kids. Are they involved in sports, theater, hobbies, cheerleading, whatever it may be? And then stay in touch with them about those things. Follow up when you see them the next week. Hey, how was that soccer match that your kids had last weekend? Building a personal connection will help them understand you on a personal level and truly feel valued and appreciated. So, R stands for reveal information about yourself. E is engage people as individuals. A, acknowledge employee contributions. Ken Blanchard has said if everything was to be stripped away from what he's taught about leadership over the last 45 plus years, the one thing that he would want to hold on to is the principle of catch people doing something right. People love to be appreciated, recognized, and valued for the good work that they're doing. I'll often ask people when I meet with them face to face, I'll ask them this question. Raise your hand if you are sick and tired of your boss praising you for your good work. Nobody ever raises their hand, right? Tell people about the good work they're doing. Don't just find fault. Don't just catch them when there's a mistake. Let them know the good work they're doing. That will build a great amount of human connection. Okay, finally, the last step, L, stands for listen to learn. Boy, you know, it's, I feel it's really hard to say there's any one most important leadership skill, but I tell you, if I had to choose a top 3 or top 5, listening would be on that list. It is a leadership superpower. We've risen to levels of leadership because we tend to have the answers, right? We solve problems, we make decisions. And when we get to that point, it can be incredibly difficult to just pause, listen, and not only listen to hear people, but listen to learn what they have to offer. So we can do that better by active listening, not being distracted, put distractions away. We can listen with an open mind. We can ask questions. We can be curious. Tell me more about that. Explain a little bit more about your thinking behind why you're recommending that. What would you do? Play devil's advocate and poke some holes in my idea. Get people talking, listen to learn from them, and you'll be surprised at what happens. So get real, reveal information about yourself, engage people as individuals, not just workers, acknowledge the good work that they're doing, and listen to learn. I hope those 4 strategies are helpful, and I would love to hear from you in the discussion forum. What other strategies do you use to build human connection? Until next week, take care.